This is a BPTV special presentation of the City Manager's State of the City for 2014. Hosted by the West Orange County Chamber of Commerce, this presentation is made possible by contributions from Buena Park Downtown, Care Ambulance Service, Southern California Edison, The Gas Company, M&D Properties, City Ventures, and the Korean American Federation of North Orange County. On Thursday, January 30th, 2014, the Knott's Berry Farm Resort Hotel was the venue for the annual State of the City Luncheon, presented by City Manager Jim Vanderpool. Over 200 business people, city employees, dignitaries, and guests were on hand for the annual luncheon organized by the West Orange County Chamber of Commerce. After the customary introductions and invocation, Chairman of the Board, Vicki Vaughn, introduced Mayor of Buena Park, Miller O, for opening comments.
So to get this show on the road, I'm going to take now and introduce our new mayor, Miller O, and our city manager, Jim Vanderpool.
Thank you, Virginia Bond, and good morning. Oops, it's already afternoon. As always, it's a pleasure to be surrounded by Buena Park friends. Can you adjust the volume a little bit up, please? My voice is too, I cannot scream here while they're having a lunch, so. All right. Life is certainly a journey. The series of side trips and long hauls, bookended by a clear beginning and end. The journey allegory is an appropriate device through which to present narrative of life. It's safe to say that our journey together this past year has been a test of our wares. We have witnessed the best and worst of human nature, of suffering and survival, of setback and success. The things about journey is this: if we slow down enough, we are guaranteed to learn something. As a city, we are coming out of this unpleasant side trip smarter and stronger, and perhaps better prepared for the road that lies ahead of us. As much as we were reminded of the importance of self-reliance, we were emboldened by giving spirit, embraced by so many among us. That's what we seek today in our vision for Buena Park tomorrow. An effort as simple in concept as it is complex in execution. We are looking for balance for our community, where residents can balance family time and work, where parity exists between the number of jobs and number of homes. We are crafting a city that is destination for visitors and collection of safe and clean neighborhoods. Perhaps we've set up goals high, and that's okay. Look at our success so far. Today, we'll take a few minutes of our time to talk about the state of the city. Our annual seminar of where we've been, where we are, and where we are going. We'll review and recount, and we dream. We outline a vision, we pronounce our goals, and we put it all out there on the table to allow our friends to hold us accountable. One of the most toughest part of my job today stems from the fact that we have a lot to share. Our community is a centenarian. Nearly 86,000 souls call this place home. Each with a story of their own to tell, and each a part of the narrative of the Buena Park, city of Buena Park. So let's explore many things today, many representative ideas, breakthrough, and actions that give us insight about our position, our progress, and our potential. I must note that Life is a journey, not a destination. What are we to take from all of this? And how does it help us run a city? The older I get, the more I appreciate that life has far too much to offer to waste is simply marking time. At this stage in our journey through life together, our community is strong and stable, eager to be innovator and collaborator and mentors as we learn to build on this legacy community for our children and our children's children. In Buena Park, we are never just marking time. We take each day as an opportunity to make life better, more balanced, more rewarding. I am convinced that that's what this journey is about. Today, we explore many, maybe not even top 10, things that we are doing each and every day to make life a little easier for our neighborhood, safer for our family, and destination that attracts guests to work here, to play here, and to appreciate life here. It's a list to be proud of. So much accomplished, so much left to do, and places to go. And we will keep doing it together. Thank you. Now, second most handsome man in our city. Of course I am. And the one and only City Manager, Jim Vanderpool.
Thank you, Mayor O. I'd like to start this afternoon by recognizing and introducing the balance of our City Council, and that is Mayor Pro Tem Steve Berry and his wife, Renda. Councilmember Art Brown and his wife, Chris, who is also on the Savannah School District Board. Councilmember Fred Smith, and Councilmember Beth Swift. And Mayor and Council, on behalf of the 400-plus employees of the City of Buena Park, it's a pleasure to serve under your leadership, and it's a pleasure to serve all of you, each one of you in this room. So I want to start off by talking about our strategic plan and our budget and kind of get that out of the way because I know you all really came to see the projects and the City Council videos. But I think it's important to talk about some accomplishments we've made this year. And I want to start off by pointing out the strategic plan that is sitting on each one of your seats. And this project is a culmination of staff workshops, council workshops, and a lot of back and forth. And ultimately, this strategic plan was adopted, and we are set to make sure that it gets done. So you'll see that the council's identified strategic areas of interest, including economic development, community services, responsive government, public safety, reliable water supply, community development, human resource and staffing, fiscal stability, and infrastructure. And you'll see within each one of these, there are focus areas with specific goals and action items. And it's my intent to bring this back to the City Council, get these things accomplished, and take on even more challenges. And for my friends from the Anaheim Union High School District, you might recognize the format of this strategic plan, and I hope you'll appreciate that invitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So thank you to my friends from the Anaheim Union High School District. And now on to our city budget. So what you're seeing up on your screens right now is our actual 12-13. These are audited numbers where we closed out the fiscal year last year. The good news is that we are almost at a balanced budget. So we had some significant setbacks over the last couple of years. We made some tremendous progress. And in walking you through this slide, you can see that we're still looking at what we're calling an operating deficit of a little over $4 million. And this is kind of where we were when this whole firestorm struck several years ago. And the City Council took action to reduce that deficit. And in doing so, they had to come at it at a couple different strategies. One was working with the employee associations who are here today, and thank you for being here, through pay reductions, furloughs, and having the employees contribute to their retirement systems. And it was also done through a series of vacant positions, and which, of course, means service reductions too. So it's been a difficult road, but the good sign of this is that we are almost now at a balanced budget. What you're not seeing on this slide, though, is that when this budget was adopted, it was adopted at a budget deficit of projected over $1 million. So over that 12-month period, the mayor and the city council were able to get that thing down about $750,000. So a lot of hard work went into that, and kudos to the mayor and the city council for getting us to a balanced budget. So the next slide. Looking better, same optimism going into this budget. However, this adopted budget also has about $1 million deficit. And you can see we're using the same type of budget reduction strategies to get us closer to a balanced budget. But at the end of the day, we still adopted a budget looking at about a $1 million deficit. But again, the mayor and the city council are dedicated to work with staff to get that number down. So just like we did last year, we're going to work hard to get that number down again. And I think the next slide is even more telling. When you look at our reserve and where we've been and where we are, what's really encouraging is to see this reserve chart. This is showing our reserve balance, our general fund reserve balance, is now finally leveling off. We had some significant dips in the prior years, given this tough economy, and putting these things in place to make that stop from happening. We are now seeing the leveling off, and from what I hope to see the next couple of years, start going up the other way. So things are looking better. The mayor and the city council projected moderate growth. That moderate growth is coming in as projected, but even better, we're getting some better signals from our sales taxes and from our transit occupancy taxes, and so we're hoping to really bridge that gap that I talked about in the last slide. One of the other things we did this year in terms of budget was the city council adopted or enacted an economic development fund. So we talked about in years past about how the state of California abolished redevelopment in California. And prior to the abolishment of redevelopment in California, Buena Park received, through its redevelopment agency, $25 million annually. $20 million going into projects, $5 million going into affordable or workforce housing. Gone, overnight. And so you can imagine the devastation that was for a city like Buena Park that was so active with its redevelopment agency and doing good redevelopment. As a result of that, it entailed a big shift of fund balances that we had here in Buena Park to the state of California. So we surrendered these large balances to the state of California as part of redevelopment going away in California. What we did with that was we took the money that came back as a result of that, because when the big money was sent to Sacramento, a portion came back to Buena Park in the way of property tax. There was one-time money, and there was some ongoing money in the way of property tax. That $3.3 million you see on your screen of one-time money, along with half of the ongoing money that's coming in through increased property taxes, the city council has designated for economic development purposes. A lot of cities took that money and put it into operations. This city council recognized that redevelopment being abolished was not a windfall for Buena Park, and there were a lot of projects that were yet to be accomplished. And so in doing that, they adopted this economic development fund with these one-time monies, with these ongoing monies. There's about $5 million in bond proceeds that we are able to access under the abolishment of redevelopment for redevelopment purposes. And when we sell some of these properties that I'll talk about a little bit later in the presentation, we'll be able to use that money as well for economic development purposes. So if you go to our next slide, I'm going to brag a little bit because the city of Buena Park was recognized for this economic development fund, and in fact we received what's called the Golden Hub of Innovation from the Association of California Cities. So kudos to the mayor and the city council for being recognized for this fund. So now let's talk business in Buena Park. A lot of you are here from the business community and want to talk about business. So business is thriving. We're excited about some projects that are going on, and I'll be talking a lot about those as we go through this presentation. So let's go to the first project that nobody can not see and know that this is coming. So let me just grab my other notes here. Excuse me one second. So the Source Beach, this is a 12.5 acre mixed-use project. Phase 1 is 428,000 square feet of retail, restaurants, entertainment uses. There's a parking structure for 2,100 cars that's now under construction. And you know what? I think words paint a better picture, so let's show you what's coming here very shortly. So these are artist renditions of the project that's currently under construction. I talked about entertainment, retail, restaurants. There's also a Park Place hotel, 7-story hotel coming in. This is really a technologically savvy project. There's nothing else like it in Southern California region or even beyond. The architect intentionally integrated different concepts from around the world. You'll see Asian influence, you'll see European influences, and I think they really did a tremendous job in bringing a very world-class, unique project to Buena Park. Phase 2 of the project, as I mentioned, will be that Hyatt Place Hotel. And then phase 3 will be 700 units of market rate residential, apartments and condos, and the required parking to go along with that. This is kind of neat, kind of a bistro alley, very unique with its worldly influences, eating on both sides and kind of open corridor. This is the roof deck dining experience. We're getting close. There's the roof deck pool as part of the Hyatt Place Hotel. And we're going to pull out, and that is the source at beach. And now we're going to go out to the construction site and get an update from Council Member Fred Smith.
Well, good afternoon, Buena Park. I'm Councilman Fred Smith, and I'm out here at the Source Project here in Buena Park, probably the largest project we've got going on. And I'm with Katie Wanamaker.
Hi, Fred.
And I'm with Mike Huron, and we're kind of looking over the whole project. First, I'd like to have Katie, can you tell me a little about what is going on right now?
Well, obviously, we've made a lot of progress since last year. As you can see, most of the steel is erected. It should be completed within a month or so. We're standing in the middle of our 4-story parking structure, and we're well underway.
Yeah. Well, I also understand there's something really special going on, too. We just finished phase 1. It is signed off, I understand. And, Mike, I think you got something to tell us what's really going on exciting that's going to happen.
I sure do, Fred. Thanks for asking. There's a lot exciting about this project. There's 9 total buildings, 400,000 square feet of retail space, which is quite exciting for the community, I think. We're actively pouring concrete. We're standing in the footprint, as Katie mentioned, for a 1,700 space parking structure. And we've got a 7-story tower going up right over where the crane is over here. That's going to office all office building and also have a helipad on top for you to land your helicopter on.
I really appreciate that if I had a helicopter. Well, I think it's fantastic. I'm going to walk around a little while and maybe I might even get lost. You know, I mean, this is a great place. I can't wait for it to open.
All right.
So back to the show.
Thank you, Fred, for that update. So we are now going to move on to a new exciting business development going on right now, and this is Premier Chevrolet, and I'm going to defer to Councilmember Art Brown, who was at the groundbreaking ceremony and made some comments from that event.
Hi, we're here at the groundbreaking for Premier Chevrolet's new location here in Buena Park. They already have a smaller dealership down the road, but if you look around a little bit, you see piles of dirt, but you also see the brand new vehicles they have here. Next time you see these vehicles parked here, they'll be on a brand new dealership, 36,000 square feet, beautifully paved and landscaped parking lot. It'll be completely different from what this was in the past. There used to be a restaurant here. Caltrans and OCTA had their building construction site here. They had their trailers for the work management. But now it belongs to the city of Buena Park, and we sold to General Motors. It's going to be a brand new dealership we're all going to be very proud of. So come on down and buy your Chevrolet in Buena Park, USA.
Thank you, Art Brown, for that. So Premier Chevrolet, you might remember, has a temporary location over on Auto Center Drive. We're locating them over to this part of town. Grand opening July of this summer. So we're very excited to welcome Premier Chevrolet to a new location, to our fine family of cars here in Buena Park. And one final thing, I would be remiss if I did not recognize very quickly Sharon Quirk Silva. You see there in the groundbreaking. She was instrumental in getting this sales agreement through the Department of Finance in a very expeditious manner. So Pam and Javier, if you can express our gratitude to the Assemblywoman for us, that would be much appreciated. And now on to another exciting project happening in the north part of town, Village Circle. Village Circle is almost complete. This project is 74,000 square foot of retail and restaurants. And you'll see this also, like the Source to some extent, has some very unique architecture, very unique design and style built into the project. This is not your average typical regional shopping center. This is a really special, unique place that I think the community will embrace and welcome. And they have tenants announced, including H Mart, 85 Degrees Cafe, and the Face Shop, and of course many more. So look for big things to come here and grow at the Village Circle up at Beach and Malvern. I want to talk a little bit about E2G2. E2G2 is newer to Buena Park. It's a partnership primarily or originally with the city, as it combines business license software for the city with advertising for all of you local businesses. It has a local search engine and a directory to find local businesses. It helps local businesses, nonprofits, and governments support each other through a neighborhood network. And it helps with the shop local concept that we talk about after every council meeting. And there's even a mobile application. So we're excited to welcome E2G2. I know there's representatives here to the city, and we hope this project is very successful for both parties. So something new to the State of the City this year, I really want to do a quick focus on public safety. As you know, public safety is probably the #1 concern of all businesses, residents, and visitors that come and live or play in Buena Park. And I want to kick it off with a little introduction to OCFA. Orange County Fire Authority is your fire department. And as you came in, you might have seen our brand new fire engine that will be located at Station 63. It's currently getting a few technological tweaks to it before it's released to us here in use in Buena Park. But we're excited to have this new engine in Buena Park. But before I go any further, I'm going to turn this over to Council Member Beth Swift, who is also a board member of the Orange County Fire Authority, to give us some information about the Fire Authority.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are here in Irvine at the Orange County Fire Authority headquarters with our Fire Chief, Keith Richter. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
And we appreciate so much what the Fire Authority has done for Buena Park. We've been with them since 1994, and recently we just extended our agreement for another 20 years. So, Chief Richter, could you tell us a little bit about what the Fire Authority does in Buena Park?
Sure. Well, we're a full-service agency. We respond to about 6,000 emergency calls of all kinds out of our 3 fire stations in Buena Park, Station 61, 62, and 63. Coincidentally, we're standing right next to the new Engine 63 that should be going in service here in a couple of weeks. We also provide the support kinds of services like education and investigations and inspections. So we make sure that the buildings are safe for the community, and the new construction is also taken care of with the building official.
So important to do. You know, this is a great facility right here that we're standing in. Tell us about the headquarters.
Well, it's a phenomenal facility. We are lucky to have all of the non-emergency functions that are performed out of this facility, everything from the apparatus maintenance to our dispatch center to our training facility, and all of the administrative functions that we do in the Fire Authority are all handled out of this one facility.
Well, tonight there is a big event, the Best and Bravest Awards Night. Yes. For the Fire Authority. Tell us about the Best and Bravest.
Well, the Best and Bravest is an annual event that's sponsored by the Exchange Club of Irvine, and it's an opportunity for us to recognize the great work that goes on from the firefighters out in the field to the administrative staff at this facility, and just gives us an opportunity to hear about some of the heroic things that they do, as well as just the hard work that goes into running an operation as large as the Orange County Fire Authority.
And I have been to that event in the past, and the bagpipe corps that walks in with the flag at the beginning, it does give you a real lump in your throat, and then to hear about all the good work the Fire Authority employees do. It's a wonderful event. I encourage everybody to attend. Well, thank you, Chief Richter, for allowing us to come and talk to you for a few minutes. We know you are a busy guy here, and we appreciate all that OCFA does in Buena Park. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Councilmember Swift. And now on to our own police department. We have a new exciting program called our Crime Analysis Program. And this is a combination of technology and staffing. And we received a grant where we invested in technology with the concept of predicting crime before it happens. And what we do is, if you can see here, probably not too well from where maybe you're sitting, but what these rectangles mean. So this is a picture of our city. And then around the city, you see those rectangles, but scattered on this map of the city are dots. And those dots show activity. And what we're attempting to do is cluster activity and deploy resources accordingly. And so this new program allows daily briefings to our officers to be aware of these clustered activity areas and deploy accordingly. So it's been very successful, so much so, if we go to our next slide, you will see that in December, we caught this guy as a result of this new program. We were having a clustering of burglaries, and so responding to that, we deployed our officers accordingly, and we caught this guy in the middle of the night, and he is now in jail. And coincidentally, he was already on probation for a number of burglary-related crimes. And just one more I have to add. Just this Monday, we received a complaint from a concern from a resident regarding a number of burglaries in their particular part of town. And so, using the same technology and under the direction of the chief, and in this case, Sergeant Odette, we got complaints on 7 auto burglaries, and we now have 3 more bad guys in custody, and that was just from Monday. So, more great job by our police department. Now let's skip over to Beach Boulevard and visit Buena Park. We have a lot of exciting things happening over here. The City Council authorized staff to acquire the professional services of a company called AECOM. They are a design firm out of Los Angeles, and they are tasked with the responsibility to put together a Beach Boulevard master plan for streetscape and landscaping and identity markers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Mayor Pro Tem Steve Barry explain to you what's about to come.
Hello, Buena Park. My name is Steve Barry. I am the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Buena Park, and I'm standing streetside here at Beach Boulevard in Buena Park, and I'm discussing enhancements along Beach Boulevard's entertainment corridor. Today I'm talking with Esther Marguilez, and she is with AECOM, and she's going to help us make some great improvements. Can you give us some insight into your vision of what's going to be happening here on Beach Boulevard?
Sure. Well, soon enough, Beach Boulevard is going to be transformed. We are going to make Beach Boulevard an iconic, memorable street that looks great daytime and nighttime and really brings forward the fun and excitement of Buena Park.
Can you describe in further detail some of the improvements that are going to be coming?
Sure. We're looking at bringing in a lot of new, great, colorful planting. New palm trees to supplement the existing palm trees to create a skyline of palms from one end to the other, from the 91 to La Palma. And really importantly, we're going to be adding a comprehensive program of iconic vehicular, pedestrian, wayfinding, and signage elements that are going to bring a new image and consistency to the boulevard.
Sounds like a lot of technical terms, but that's okay. At night, there's going to be a lot of visual improvements as well. Can you talk about some of the lighting at night?
Lighting's really important. When you are driving down or walking down, when you're walking down the boulevard, you want it to feel well lit and safe.
Esther, can you describe the gateway monuments and how the design came about?
Sure. Well, the city asked us to really bring some wow back to the boulevard. So we looked at all of the great things happening from nuts to pirates and medieval times, and we said, how can we describe all of this in one simple symbol? And we came up with it. It's the exclamation point. And we're going to use that as the backbone of our sign. It's going to be colorful. It's going to have video screens telling you what's going on the boulevard, in the corridor. It's going to bring the wow and excitement back to the boulevard.
It sounds exciting. We're actually waiting to see the exclamation point right here on Beach Boulevard. This is Steve Berry standing on the sidewalk, hoping to see some improvements coming along very quickly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Berry. This is about a $3.5 million project that we are very excited about. This has been a project a long time in the planning with some setbacks with the demise of redevelopment, but we were not going to let that stop us. And I'm very excited the City Council is undertaking this project. It will completely transform Beach Boulevard through our entertainment corridor and make such a statement about our destination. So we're very excited. That project is set to start construction this summer, unfortunately. And it'll be about a 6 to 10 month construction period, and we will open this thing up next summer to a whole new welcome to our guests for our destination and to our residents and local businesses. I also want to announce some fun that's coming to Knott's Berry Farm this summer. Knott's Berry Farm is embarking on a renovation of Camp Snoopy, so major improvements to the overall area. They're opening up 3 new attractions: Pigpen's Mud Buggies, Charlie Brown's Kite Flyer, and Linus's Launchers. So those are set to open up with some other improvements within Camp Snoopy this summer. We're also excited to announce that the Calico Mine Ride will be going under restoration as well. Many of you know the log ride was open last year with all new animatronics, am I saying that right? And just new features and completely overhauled this iconic fixture in Buena Park and in Southern California. And the Calico Mine Ride will go under the same. So it'll be an all-encompassing refurbishment with state-of-the-art animatronics, there's that word, and enhanced scenery similar to the revamped log ride, and it's slated to open this summer as well. So fun stuff happening over at Knott's Berry Farm. And then moving down the corridor, this was something that I don't even know if we knew a whole lot about last year, but this was a very fast project that came to the city of Buena Park. Titanic and I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. We are starting something new this year with the state of the city. So in the middle of your tables, I'll ask every other one of you to grab one of those little devices, and we're going to interact, and we're going to have some fun, but later on we're going to get some input from you on some policy questions that will be before the City Council. So we're going to have some fun first, and then we're going to get down to business with this thing as we go through this presentation. So each one of you will have to vote and then hand it to your left and to your right. It will handle a vote from everyone at the table. So what we want to know is, what year do you think the Calico Mine Ride opened? No mobile devices. So take a few minutes. Please vote quickly and pass it to your neighbor. It should already be in your neighbor's hand. And now it should be in your other neighbor's hand. And now we're going to count down to shutting off the polling. Clock's ticking down. Has everyone voted? So let's see what the result is. So 37% of you said 1960. Aaron, what's the answer? 1960. Okay, so now we'll talk about bodies in Titanic. So if for those of you that have not been to this attraction, I really encourage you to go see it. It's extremely well done. The science in the bodies is top-notch. It's really done well from an educational perspective. The history of the Titanic is done so well, so great as well. You walk through this, experience from the shipyard to the tragedy itself. You walk through the eyes of one of the passengers, and there's character actors interacting with you as you go through the experience. It really is a great thing to bring your family to. So I'd highly encourage you to come to this. We're also excited to announce that They will be premiering a new dinner experience, and you will have the opportunity to dine on the Titanic as if it was the night it went down. So you can only imagine the special effects that are going into that. So that's slated to open here very soon. Details to come. And watch out for your Titanic dining experience. And now I want to move on down the corridor and talk about something exciting new coming to Pirates. Pirates Treasure Tavern is slated to open probably... Wait, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on?
Don't go anywhere, you bonehead. All right, who's in charge here? You're in charge?
Madam Captain.
Who in their right mind would put you in charge?
This is the Pirate King here.
That's the captain?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. He's the one? He's the captain?
That's the one, apparently.
He's the one we have to lock up in order to take this Shanghai, take this place. I'm Captain Sebastian the Black, the Pirate King.
Right here.
I am from Pirates Dinner Adventure. I have come over here to Shanghai.
We can take that one. That'll work.
Can we take this one, or should we take that one?
I don't know. Let me see.
Which one?
Which one? Right here. Which one? I don't know. This one says he's in charge here.
Make up your mind, McGee.
It's okay. He would never, ever... He would... He's in charge.
All right, he's in charge. Now listen, we want to tell you about the pirate ship. Over there we have the Sea Dragon show, and we're going to open up a whole new show. It's called Treasure Tavern. Tell me about it.
Oh, that's right. We're going to have a late-night variety-type show.
Yes.
All right, for mature audiences. We're going to have can girls and singing and dancing.
Now, we're going to do an audition right now for Sassy Winches. All of you come up. Can anyone do this? Well, there's lots of Sassy Winches here. I'd like to see them dance. I think the guys would like to see them dance.
Who would like to see that? Who would not?
Oh, yes. Well, that's what we'll have. But it's a 5-star meal we have there.
Exactly, yeah. Great.
Oh, it'll be opening up in the fall. We want to see all of you over there. Don't bring your children. I don't like children.
Got an eye on
them. You don't know what to deal with over there. One of them little 3-year-olds stuck me in the butt. You can't say that? Why not?
No.
These children are out of control. I blame it on the schools. They don't beat them anymore. No, it's true. I took mine out of school. I put them in a Catholic school. I thought for sure they'll beat them there. But no, they don't even beat them there.
He's in charge of schools. He needs to talk to you.
No, it's the children. They're out of control. I don't like these children.
I know. But you know what? Tell you what.
All right.
If you come to Treasure Tavern, you don't need to worry about children so much. But come see our Sea Dragon adventure. We're going to go get our Treasure Tavern there.
Okay.
We're going to get our treasure.
We're gonna go over there and say goodbye, but not until I shoot this guy.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, that guy.
He's gonna pay to come see too.
Really?
Yeah. You're gonna come?
Yes.
He's gonna see. And don't worry. He'll be there. All right. Thank you very much.
Well,
all right.
Stay a little while.
No, Captain, we gotta go.
Sassy woman.
We gotta get back to the harbor.
I'll take all the photos you want. Did you see where her hand was? Yes, it was.
No one saw it.
Nice.
No one saw it.
So as our guest indicated, we are excited to welcome Treasure Tavern as a new attraction on the corridor. The plans have been submitted to the city, and we estimate completion to be at the end of the year. So we are excited to welcome a new attraction to Pirates Dinner Adventure.
Really? All right, don't screw it up.
So I want to move on to more plans we have along the corridor, staying in theme with the Beach Boulevard area. We have now undertaken a major marketing effort to reuse those properties that were acquired prior to the demise of redevelopment, and we are working aggressively marketing those to a targeted audience to bring quality attractions to the corridor. And these, if you recall, are the former Movieland Wax Museum site and also the other hotel sites that we had acquired and demolished as part of a long-term strategy to beautify and bring new things to the corridor. So something new we did this year is that for the first time, city staff attended the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. Let me just show you a video from the conference floor of what this is all about. So this is inside a convention center. This is not a carnival. So this is where all the minds that be that are in the entertainment, attraction, and amusement park world meet from around the world once a year. It's everything from those stuffed animal claw hands to manufacturers and builders of roller coasters. And even as importantly, are design firms that assist cities and agencies and other land areas with the developments of attractions for the ones that we're looking for. And so actually, as you can see here, if we can bring in, there's Ruben Lopez, kind of in the dark there, our economic development administrator, talking on the sales floor with one of the design firms that we are talking to as we speak. So we are excited that we are embarking on this marketing effort to really reuse these and bring exciting attractions to Buena Park. One of the highlights of attending this conference was the opportunity to hear from Matt Ouimet, who is the CEO of Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair is the parent company and owner of Knott's Berry Farm. He was the keynote speaker, and he was very informative, but what was really neat about his presentation is how much focus he put on Knott's Berry Farm. So he has a lot of attractions in North America, and he focused so much of his time here on what we're doing or what Knott's is doing in their theme park. And it was such a sense of pride to be at this table and be associated with this project in this attraction in this city and hear their CEO brag about it. And they really bragged, and what he really did a lot that I thought was really neat beyond focusing on Knott's was really giving credit to Rafi, the GM. And so many great things are happening over at Knott's Berry Farm as a result of their GM. So keep it going. You know, your CEO recognizes it, and it's just great things are happening over at Knott's Berry Farm. We were going to take a survey, but we're still working on that. So now we're going to go on to the next topic, which is all these exciting new dining experiences that are popping up all over Buena Park. Buena Park has become the place to eat. So anywhere from Chipotle, Pizza Studio, the Habit Burger Grill, Olive Garden, Jersey Mike's, Adori, Mr. Six Korean Barbecue, and then Smash Burger is set to open at the Buena Park Mall. I mean, these are just amazing eateries that have selected Buena Park as their place to locate to do business. So people are getting it. The word is out. The Buena Park is the place to be. And we're very excited about these new establishments popping up in Buena Park. Also, two other unique experiences are opening up in Buena Park. One at the former Tice House. This is the one that's next door to, here we go, next door to the Stage Stop Hotel. And there is a rendition, a conceptual of what will be transformed into the Tice House Cafe. And the Tice House Cafe is scheduled to open later this spring, and the menu will feature full breakfast, sandwiches, salads, and pizzas. Also exciting, and something unique to Southern California and certainly to Buena Park, is Black Bear Diner. And Black Bear Diner will replace the former Hoff's Hut at Knott and Orangethorpe. It's scheduled to open sometime this summer, and it will have full breakfast, lunch, dinner, omelets, pancakes, burgers, steaks, ribs, and we're excited to welcome Black Bear Diner into our family of restaurants here in Buena Park. And we're really excited about Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor opening up. So, here, we've got a Farrell's in Brea, and I see one of our esteemed council members from Brea is with us. Thank you for being here. Mission Viejo couldn't make it today, but there's one in Mission Viejo, and they've located their third place in Orange County here in Buena Park. So I think it says something very positive about Buena Park, the direction we're going, and all the work that everyone in this room is doing. One more quick fun survey. Uh-oh, I think someone's right. These are shutting us down. The first Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor, oh well. Any guesses? Who picked Portland? All right, you win. You win. Okay, so we'll go on to our next area, which is community services. And we have a lot of fun stuff happening over in community services. And first and foremost is the project at Ehlers Plaza. So here's a conceptual of what is coming down at Ehlers Plaza. This is an epic structure. It will be a civic point of pride.
Hello, Buena Park. I hope you are enjoying yourself. I'm here with the Civic Theater Committee member, Patricia Mulligan, and the Civic Theater Director, Alan Palmer. We are at the Ehlers Community Center, where exciting new shaded structured project will be getting underway very soon. Patricia, why are you excited about this project?
We're excited to get the chance to use the outdoor theater again. We haven't been for the past few years, and we really want to get back to theater under the stars.
Wow, that's you guys getting excited too. Alan, tell us what type of production can you look forward to out here?
We're going to do a lot of quality productions with smaller cast sizes and the things that people are looking for in this community, such as comedy and a lot more music.
Oh, that's good. Then one more question to Patricia. What plan does Cultural Art Division have for use of this facility?
We want to use the facility not just for Civic Theater, which is 1 month of the year. We want to be able to make this a multifunctional space where we can rent it out to wedding receptions, corporate events, and they can make use of this facility because it's so great just to be used once a year.
Wow, this is a long question, so I got to read about this. Alan, as the director of some of this production, do improvements to the location add to excitement for you and the performer?
Absolutely, it's much needed. The shade structure is the most needed process to this thing because in the summertime, in the evening we start at 8:15, but we rehearse during the day, so it gets pretty hot out here, and the cast will greatly appreciate it.
Alrighty, so you gotta watch this. It's getting ready very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. So this facility will be open this summer, and it will house our first summer Civic Theater Under the Stars sometime this summer. And so details to follow on that. This will be, like I said, an epic structure. As you drive by Knott Avenue, you will not miss this. So Aaron, should we do the survey? Okay, this looks good. All right. So this is one of those policy questions. So as we talked about, we're bringing theater to this site. We're bringing possible rental opportunities, weddings and such. But what other things would you as a community like to see at this new facility? You may pick one. What do you think, Aaron? Should we just keep going? Hold on 1 second, I'm being told. Are we going to reopen the balloting? Okay, we're going to reopen the balloting. Okay. No, it's not going to do it. Yeah, it is. Okay? All right, no, it's not. So give us your feedback maybe after the presentation, and we'll forward that to the City Council. So, oh, look at that. Okay. So musical festivals, art festivals, more theater arts, and antique shows and flea markets. So it looks like this group wants some musical festivals. So I want to talk about two other improvements at our Ehlers Center. One is our new marquee. So this is a nice new monument there on Knott Avenue as a sense of pride for our Ehlers Community Center. And the second of which is our Senior Center renovation project, which we cut the ribbon on this year. This replaced lighting and ceilings, covered masonry walls and multi-purpose rooms, redid walls, lobby, hallway, replaced floor tiles, bathroom fixtures, upgraded fire alarms, upgraded doors and hardware, made them all ADA. So this was a $1 million project that was funded through Community Development Block Grant funds. So this is a great new project here at our Ehlers Center. And then I also want to talk about something else that happened at Ehlers Center. You know, in the back of Ehlers Center, we have this just amazing Veterans Memorial where we recognize all of those fallen heroes here from the city of Buena Park. And we added one to that wall this year, and this was Corporal Daniel Harrell. He was killed on October 13, 1967 in Vietnam while attempting to rescue 8 fellow soldiers surrounded by attacking enemy forces. He attended Buena Park Elementary Schools and Buena Park High, so it was quite an honor to recognize one of Buena Park's own. And just Tuesday night, the City Council authorized a program to expand on this, where we will be putting up banners to recognize our veterans along corridors in front of Ehlers Plaza. And what we plan to do is recognize each one of the 20 names that are on that wall today. We're looking for individuals, businesses, service organizations that want to sponsor a banner. They're about $400 each. We already have several already purchased, and they will go up twice a year, once on Memorial Day and once on Veterans Day, and they'll be up, of course, for a period of time. So if you're interested in sponsoring a banner, please contact the city manager's office, and we'll facilitate that to happen. And then another fun thing that we have going on in community services is we have a new Christmas tradition here in Buena Park. We now have a Civic Center Christmas tree that we lit up with Santa and Mrs. Claus in December, and that was really a beautiful event. The Buena Park High School choir sang, and it was really, Snoopy came, and we had a lot of fun, and we hope to expand on that next year and keep that tradition alive. But also, we adorned our entertainment and downtown shopping district with new holiday lighting. And so trying to energize shopping in Buena Park and a sense of holiday spirit. So these are new traditions here in Buena Park that we look to have for years to come. We'll talk about housing. We had some exciting projects in Buena Park this year in housing. We cut the ribbon on the Jamboree Housing Project on La Palma on the East City limits. We had the grand opening in August. And this project is very special because it is 70 units of affordable workforce housing. And it's really a beautiful project. If you've driven by it, you would never know that this is a low-income project. I mean, the details in the project and inside and the amenities and the granite countertops and the homework tutor center for the kids. It really is a first-rate project for those that really need it. It also has a state-of-the-art green deck on the top of the covered parking, and so they put some environmental technology into this project also, so it's a sense of pride for the city, that is for sure. The other project coming our way is called the Yards and this is on the corner of Orangethorpe and Stanton, and this is 128 townhomes and 70 rental unit apartments. 20 of these townhomes will be sold to moderate income families, and then 70% of the rented product will go through the workforce housing program, just like the Jamboree project on La Palma will locate here as well for more workforce housing. Demolition will start this summer, and we are happy to work with our construction partner, City Ventures, to get this project going, and I know they're here today. And then Jamboree will start construction with their part of the affordability component of the project in January. And then 2 quick things before I turn it back over to our mayor. I want to talk about 2 things that I'm calling uniquely Buena Park. The first is our very own Walt Ehlers, and to which our community center was named. And as most all of you know, Walt is a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. He was a hero from World War II. And this year, the U.S. Postal Service recognized all of the living Congressional Medal of Honor recipients, of which there were 8, and our own Walt Ehlers, Buena Park Hero, was one of those 8, and the U.S. Postal Service commemorated a stamp, but also one of their picture portfolios, which has his picture right part of that stamp collection. So it's such a great thing for Buena Park. And then finally, I want to recognize this year's Cypress College Americana Award Citizen of the Year, our very own Chris Saltz. And she is teacher, writer, and philanthropist, and I can't think of anyone more deserving. And so we look forward to watching her become the Buena Park Citizen of the Year next month, February 22nd, at the Disneyland Hotel. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming. Before I turn it back over to the mayor, some very quick thank yous for making this presentation possible. I want to thank our commissioner, Ken McKinney, who's taping somewhere else in the room right there, for producing all of these videos that you saw today. I really want to thank my office staff, Aaron France, Marcia Cook, Jessica Fewer, and Myrna Holmquist for really putting all this together. And I want to thank Knott's Berry Farm for doing a great job at the hotel here for making this event so nice, and the Chamber of Commerce, of course, for hosting us again this year. And I forgot one VIP introduction. I'm going to end on this note because I wanted to recognize our former mayor, Patsy Marshall, who's here. So, and with that, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Wow. Thank you, Jim, for that presentation. That, it was exciting and interesting ever. So when I watched the video we just saw, I got choked up with the pride for my hometown. It's a world-class city filled with world-class people. And let's thank everyone who played a role in what will be Buena Park today. And now I want to show you some video presentation. I'd like to recognize and special thank to the following organization for the tremendous work they do year-round and for their contribution. Buena Park Coordinating Council, Korean American Federation of North Orange County, Buena Park Noon Lions, Buena Park Rotary, Speech and Language Development Center, Soloptimist of Buena Park Women's Club, and Keeping Children's Hope, Buena Park Arcs, Buena Park Boys and Girls Club, Wylock, Buena Park Moose, Buena Park Knights of Columbus, Buena Park Optimist Club. We have a choice to make, when you live life. We have two hands and we are standing on a ladder of success. We can either use one of those hands to pat ourselves on the back and feel good about what we've done. Or we can decide to keep climbing and reach for that next rung. To me, the choice is clear. We've come a long way, and we have a lot to be proud of. Together, we will build on our accomplishment and truly make Buena Park the most livable city in America. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Buena Park. Thank you for being here at the 2014 State of the City Address. Last year we talked about loving your community. Well, here I am this year at the Buena Park Coordinating Council. We're doing our annual Christmas giveaway to Buena Park's community members. And this is just one of the organizations in town that throughout the year do amazing things here in the city, get involved in Buena Park's different charities. There's something for everybody. The need is so great, and your help is so important, whether it be your time, whether it be your financial resources, but there's information on your tables that you can look through to get involved in Buena Park and help us help our community. Thank you for being here.
Wait a minute, there's a car going.
Committee member Patricia Mulligan, I like the name, and Civic Theater Director Alan Palmer. We are at I'm sorry, we can cut it off.
I think I could get lost and really enjoy myself.
Sure.
And I'm standing alongside Beach Boulevard, and we're discussing the entertainment corridor and the enhancements that are soon to be making